There are three forms of adjectives which are called degrees. Those are positive degree, comparative degree, and superlative degree. In the previous videos, you came to know that an adjective is a word which qualifies a noun, and also about the different kinds of adjectives. Here some examples for adjectives: high, tall, bold, kind, hard, sweet, small. But when you study the text, these adjectives sometimes do not appear like this. You come across the words like this: higher, taller, bolder, kinder, harder, sweeter, smaller, etc. And sometimes like this: highest, tallest, boldest, kindest, hardest, sweetest, and smallest. Though all these things are adjectives, they appear as per the context. All of them are adjectives, but these are all different forms of that adjectives. The adjectives have different forms. Those are positive degree, comparative degree, and superlative degree. And now let us discuss how these formations are happened and how should we write these adjectives in different situations. Let us discuss. The adjectives have some rules and we should follow them to write them correctly. For example, the single syllabic adjectives are added by er and est to form comparative and superlative forms of adjectives. Now let us know what is meant by single syllable. For example, the word high is there. If you want to pronounce this word, you have to pronounce it at a time. If you take another word like wonderful, you can divide it in three parts like wonderful. But you can't pronounce this word in separate divisions. That's why it is called single syllable. Syllable means the pronounceable unit of a word. Here, in the word high, there is only one pronounceable syllable in the word. That's why it is called monosyllabic word. And wonderful is called polysyllabic word. Here, high is an adjective and it is a monosyllabic word or single syllable adjective. When you want to use these adjectives in different degrees, you have to follow the rule of er and est. For example, you should write high as it is in positive degree. But when you want to write the adjective high in comparative degree, you must add er at the end of those letters h, I, G, H and add er. You have to say higher, h, I, G, H, E, R, higher. And when you want to use this word in superlative degree, you have to add est at the end of high and make it highest. High, higher, highest. The three forms of high are high, higher, highest. Like that, you can write adjective by adding er into comparative degree and est into superlative degree. Look at the table. Here, these are all the adjectives in positive degree: high, tall, bold, kind, hard, sweet, small, clever, young, great, thick. While we write them in comparative degree, we just add er to that positive form of adjectives. Just by adding er, it becomes higher, taller, bolder, kinder, harder, sweeter, smaller, cleverer, younger, greater, thicker. Like that, you can write them by adding est in superlative degree like highest, tallest, boldest, kindest, hardest, sweetest, smallest, cleverest, youngest, greatest, thickest. You can learn them by practice in a way of drilling them, like high, higher, highest, tall, taller, tallest, bold, bolder, boldest, kind, kinder, kindest, hard, harder, hardest, sweet, sweeter, sweetest, small, smaller, smallest, clever, cleverer, cleverest, young, younger, youngest, great, greater, greatest, thick, thicker, thickest. I will make drilling exercises in future, and you can practice them by drilling those exercises. But some of the adjectives, by the end of that word, there may be E already, and the word ends with E. Such kind of adjectives may not be added ER or EST. Just we have to add only R and ST. Look at the examples. Here the word high ends with H. That's why to make it comparative, we just add ER. And to make it superlative, we just add EST. But here the adjective brave ends with the letter E. That's why we need not to add another E here. Just we simply add R to that word. E is already there. And ST for making superlative degree. Like that, brave, braver, bravest will form by adding just R and ST to the basic form of adjective. Look at the change of adjectives for which end with E. Brave, sure, able, fine, wise, white, large, noble, dense, pure, rare, etc. And the adjectives, just by adding R only to the basic form of adjective, we can get comparative form of adjective. Those are braver, surer, abler, finer, wiser, whiter, larger, nobler, denser, purer, rarer. And by adding just ST after the end of the basic form of adjective, we can form a superlative of the degree. Bravest, surest, ablest, finest, wisest, whitest, largest, noblest, densest, purest, rarest. You can learn them by hearting them like this: brave, braver, bravest, sure, surer, surest, able, abler, ablest, fine, finer, finest, wise, wiser, wisest, white, whiter, whitest, large, larger, largest, noble, nobler, noblest, dense, denser, densest, pure, purer, purest, rare, rarer, rarest. Next, this is the another way of forming comparative form and superlative form of adjectives. When an adjective ends with a consonant preceded by a vowel, the consonant must be doubled and then write ER and EST. Look at this word, H-O-T, hot. This word ends with a consonant, that is T. It is preceded by a vowel, that is O, H-O-T. It ends with a consonant, and that consonant was preceded by vowel. This is the basic form of adjective. If you want to write it in a comparative form of adjective, you have to add one more consonant at the end of it. Already H-O-T is there, and you write again T. After that, you have to add ER. Like that, it becomes hotter. Hotter is the comparative form of adjective hot. Like that, you can form superlative form of adjective also. H-O-T, hot, is the root form of adjective, and you double the consonant at the end and write EST. Look at the another word, slim, S-L-I-M. To write it in comparative form, you have to double the last consonant of the word, that is M, and it is preceded by a vowel I. S-L-I, I is a vowel and M is there. You have to double this M and then write ER. In the same way, you can write the superlative form of this adjective, that is S-L-I-M-M-E-S-T, slimmest. See another example, F-A-T, fat. T is a consonant and A is vowel. A consonant is preceded by a vowel, and that's why you have to double the last consonant, and then you have to add ER for comparative degree and EST for superlative degree. Learn this table by practice. Hot, hotter, hottest. Slim, slimmer, slimmest. Fat, fatter, fattest. Thin, thinner, thinnest. Sad, sadder, saddest. Big, bigger, biggest. You may find all the consonants are doubled in this list. Next, some adjectives end with Y. When an adjective ends with a Y, preceded by a consonant, Y is replaced by IER and IEST. Otherwise, Y is replaced with I and adding ER or EST. See the example, happy, H-A-P-P-Y. This word happy ends with the letter Y, and it is preceded by the consonantal word, that is P. When adjective is like this, you have to remove this Y and add I in that place, and then just add ER and EST to make it comparative and superlative. See the another example, holy, H-O-L-Y, holy, ends with Y and it was preceded by a consonant, and then you have to remove this Y and just add I in place of Y and just add AR and EST to make it superlative, comparative and superlative degree of the adjective holy. Study the table and learn them by heart. Easy, easier, easiest. All these adjectives end with Y, and in the comparative form of adjectives, all Y's were removed. In that place, I is added, and again after that ER is added to make it comparative, and EST is added to make it superlative. Then practice them. Easy, easier, easiest. Holy, holier, holiest. Happy, happier, happiest. Merry, merrier, merriest. Wealthy, wealthier, wealthiest. Heavy, heavier, heaviest. Worthy, worthier, worthiest. Silly, sillier, silliest. Lovely, lovelier, loveliest. Jolly, jollier, jolliest. Dry, drier, driest. But when the adjective ends with Y and preceded by a vowel, you need not to follow that rule. For example, here the adjective gay ends with Y but preceded by a vowel. Unlike that, grey ends with Y and preceded by vowel. If such type of adjectives appear, you need not to change Y into I, just simply add ER and EST to make it comparative and superlative form of adjectives. And now we are going to know a different type of making comparative and superlative. Here, the adjectives of two or more syllables must be preceded by more and most. Look at the table. Until now, we discussed all about monosyllabic words. But when we are going to know about the polysyllabic words, the rule is different. See the word wonderful. As I said, it is a polysyllabic word. To write this word in comparative form of adjective, we have to just add more in front of that word. More wonderful is comparative form. Most wonderful is the superlative form of adjective. Just adding more, you can get comparative form, and just adding most, you can get superlative form of adjectives. Generally, the polysyllabic words are lengthy. If you find such a big word, you can understand that is a polysyllabic word, and you just add more before that to make it comparative, and most before that word to make it a superlative degree of adjective. Let us see the table. Here, all these adjectives are polysyllabic words. You can find the big words here. Beautiful, difficult, courageous, industrious, learned, proper, splendid, sincere, diplomatic, fruitful, intelligent, ideal, modest, honest, like that. Then just learn them by heart. Beautiful, more beautiful, most beautiful, difficult, more difficult, most difficult, courageous, more courageous, most courageous, industrious, more industrious, most industrious, learned, more learned, most learned, proper, more proper, most proper, splendid, more splendid, most splendid, sincere, more sincere, most sincere, diplomatic, more diplomatic, most diplomatic, fruitful, more fruitful, most fruitful, intelligent, more intelligent, most intelligent, ideal, more ideal, most ideal, modest, more modest, most modest, honest, more honest, most honest. I hope you understood the formation of adjectives. We will discuss another topic in the next video. Thanks for watching.